Okay, this video is for Adaptor Designs Mustang plate so that you can fit the new style Mustang seats in the old style 94 through 04 Mustangs. When you'll be able to purchase these at CyberYard, on eBay, and also at OEM carandtruckseats.com. This is your first plate. This will be the driver's rear, and it also shows you which way, where the door is compared to this adapter plate. Move this out of the way. Next one will be the front, driver's front, and it also shows you where the door is. Next one is the passenger rear, and also showing where the door is. And last adapter plate is the passenger front, showing you where the door is. Now we have a bag of bolts, a large bag of bolts that will open up right now, and we're going to separate everything and show you which ones for the fronts and which ones are for the rears. Okay, we got all the bolts separated. These are all the bolts you'll need for the rear. You'll have 2 washers per bolt, and you also have a nut. Those are for the rears. And next you'll have the front ones, 2 washers for each. And if you notice, the bolt has a square head, carriage bolt, and the 4 nuts for it. Also included in your box, you'll notice you'll have instructions. The instructions that this video is going to take care of is the instructions to put the brackets on the seats themselves. These instructions, along with this video, should make it really easy for you. There's grinding involved, we'll show you that. All the instruction has pictures, everything separated for you, and also has text, so they find a page. There's a page of text. So anyways, you'll have the instructions with them, so it won't take long at all. This will be about an hour-and-a-half project from beginning to end. Okay, we're going to start off with the passenger seat. Laid it out for it right on the table here. Our bolts or brackets, everything's all set, and most importantly, our grinder. What the first object is to grind the little pin here, the yellow mark on it, off so that we can remove this ear, and on the opposite side, this ear of the seat. These grinders are about 23 bucks, and you can get them at Harbor Freight Tools. They're not a bad unit. Okay, we're going to start grinding at this time. Make sure you wear safety glasses when you grind. The sparks obviously are hot. Okay, we're going to start grinding the first ear off, and you just want to grind the thickness of this pin so that you're barely touching the ear. And that should, then we can just knock off the ear. Okay, hold on. After you're complete, grind it down right to the track. You can touch the track a little bit. Just don't grind anything off the track. Just, you can touch it, but don't grind it out. Get a screwdriver, and all you do is pop it down a couple times, and out she comes. And the one thing you don't want to do, and you could probably put some paper in it, right behind it, it will get lodged in the track if you don't pop it out. Just snap it out all the way. So if you feel like you're just going to fall down in there, put some paper or a little paper towel in there. Wet it though, because we do have sparks flying. We don't want to cause a fire. So 1 ear down, and we have 3 more to go. So we're going to do the other side at this time. Okay, now we're going to hit the second ear on this passenger seat and get it ground down, and you just repeat the process that you did on the other side. After you're done grinding it all down, once again, here's the ear. Get your screwdriver, pop it a few times, and the ear will come flying out. You can see it cracking, and there goes ear number 2. Remember, you'll have the stud in there again, and you have to grind this down once again, and then knock this out so that you'll have the same hole on both sides. So at this time we're going to start grinding this. pin ground down. You can see where it's shiny all the way around. We added a towel. Add a towel just in case, because the sparks are flying from this direction, and you don't want to burn the cloth on the seat. So now we're going to pop it out with the screwdriver, and there she goes. Now you got a hole here and a hole on the other side of the track. Okay, that's for some complicated things. We'll get into it shortly. Now you have 2 ears down, 1 seat down, and we're going to be putting on the, we have a few things to do, and then we'll be putting on the brackets and bolting those on the adapter plates. Alright, first we're going to explain to you why we're doing the next step. Okay, we have our passenger front, which is going to go into the 2 holes we just made, taking off those ears. Okay, we're going to place it on, and if you notice, when it is placed on, your slide bar control will hit the adapter plate. So now we have to bend the slide bar up a little farther so that this won't happen, and we'll get to that shortly. Okay, so now we have to bend this bar, which is your adjusting control for your seats. If you don't do this step, what's going to happen is you're going to put the mounting brackets in, put the seats in, and the seats will always be in an open position, which will just fly back and forth from front to rear. So you have to do this step. Okay, it's a very easy step. So now here's how it's done. Place your hammer right where the bar pivots, right about this position. Okay, lock it in there, and then what you're going to do is you want to push that bar towards the front cloth or the leather of the seat. Just push it straight up so that it gets some room. And what you're going to do is you're going to cause a space between here and here, so when you put the plate on, it won't touch. And you want to do it enough so that you have at least a ½ inch or so. Once again, you put the hammer there and push straight up. And you're going to have to use all your weight. There you go. And that's it. Okay, now we're going to take the adapter plate. We're going to put it up there just to check things. And if you notice, there's about a ½ inch space now. Instead, that's how much we bent it. So you have a ½ inch between the bar and the new adapter plate that's going to go mounting in. Okay, next you want to check, make sure your tracks move up and back. So push your slide bar up, and then check your track on one side, and repeat the process for the other side. And everything's sliding and everything's locking. That's all you need to know. So it's all set. Now we can start screwing on the adapter plates to the track. Right, now it's time to mount our plate. This is the passenger front part of the plate. It's marked for you. Put your bolt through. That's the one with the little square on the inside, and then you're going to put a large washer on it, then the small washer, and next you're going to put the nut on. Three hands are better than one. So if you have a friend, get them in on the project. Okay, that's the first one. Alright, next we're going to do the other side. You put your little bolt through, big washer, little washer, and the locking nut. Now, you don't want to torque these down, get them all tight. You want them loose. You want this all to jiggle. This is so you can fine-tune the adjustment when they get in the car. But everything's marked. Make sure, you really can't screw up the passenger side, but make sure the door is facing the side trim panel of the seat. That's what's near the door. So we're all set. The top's done. Now we're going to work on the bottom of the adapter plates. Okay, now it's time to install the bottom bracket. It's marked door, passenger, rear. You're going to get your large bolt, large washer, put it through the hole, mount up your plate, another large washer, and your nut. And just tighten it by hand, snug it up a little bit, make sure you have some slop. Okay, next we're going to do the other side. Same process. Large nut, bolt, another large washer, and the nut. Tighten up by hand, make sure there's slop so that you can adjust in the truck or in the car. Anyways, next there's another thing that this is marked in the instructions also. This will get bound up. All it is a wiring harness holder. Okay, we're going to bend it up towards the foam. Okay, and that needs to be done because it will bind up on the bolts as the seat is sliding back and forth. Also, all the Mustangs have all the SRS safety restraint systems, all the wiring under here. Obviously, your car, because since it's your Mustang is a 94 through 04, it has none of this. So you can cut these wires out, but if you want to resell the seats down the road or whatever, just leave them on. And now we're just going to bend that plate in right up as far as you can go. Like I said, all it does is it binds up on some of the bolts and it hits it. So you don't want that to happen. So you should be all set with that bent up. All right, now your passenger is complete. Everything's marked. Don't worry about all of our markings. That's just to help you, and it'll be facing the floor, obviously, and once you bolt it into the vehicle. All right, next we're going to do the driver's side. Get the ears off, punch the pins out just like we did in the previous passenger seat. This is a manual seat, so we will also have to bend the adjust bar to adjust forward and backward of the seat. So we'll have to do the bending on this one. If you do have a powered seat, there's no bending, nothing involved in doing that. Everything will just take the ears off and the front ears off and put the adapter plate on and you're all set to go. That's basically very simple. But on a manual, obviously any manual seat you'll have to bend these adjust bars. So we'll be grinding down the little pins here for the ears, and we'll get the ears off, and we're just going to take those off and skip to a couple steps since you already seen all that.